Falcon fans, Atlanta Falcon fans, and of course, Falcon fans, Happy New Year!
What it do?
That's great.
One time for the fan is back. Chase is in the building. Bodie 3000 is here in the building. No Kiki here tonight. Chat, what's going on? Falcon fans, listening, watching. Happy New Year once again to you all. Episode 154 here on One Time for the Fan. How is everybody going? Chase, how you doing, Chase? Bodie, hey, what's going on, y'all?
Doing good, bro. Chilling. Starting the new year off right, man. I wish I could say the same about the Falcons. Coming off of a tough loss gives us a lot to talk about tonight. But doing good, bro. I can't complain. Blessed.
I was trying to wait for a little bit longer in the show to mention the loss, but Chase, you already started it up, so it has been.
It's an elephant in the room, man.
Shit, we have to address the elephant in the room here tonight. Matter of fact, there's a couple elephants in the room, bro. There's some damn stampede going on in here. Don't know what's going on.
There's a lot going on.
Hey, we're gonna talk about it.
Just setting my shit up during the show. Ain't that some crazy, unprofessional shit?
This is what we live for here at One Time for the Fan. Fans know that we're uncut, that we're uncensored. You know, we keep it raw. You know, we're unfiltered because we are a podcast. You know, we can do that here. There's nobody over our shoulder except for Ron. I think Ron's near you, Bodie. You know, telling us what to do here on the podcast. We create the magic. We do what we need to do here in the podcast. You know, and can't nobody tell us shit.
Say that again.
Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Falcons heading down to New Orleans to play their last match of the season against their rivals, the New Orleans Saints. But 3000, before we do get to that, how have you been, sir?
Let's see if this light works. Hey, that's a little better. Look at that shit. That's beautiful.
The budget gone up in 2024. Look at this.
I'm great. I mean, besides what Falcon fans are feeling, I'm feeling the same thing everybody's feeling right now. We gonna talk about that shit though. But I'm great. My life is great, man. Life is beautiful. I'm here another year. I'm here. I'm grateful for every year. And thank you everybody for listening to the show. I'm grateful for everybody listening to my voice right now. So shout out to y'all. Rise up.
A big shout out to Bodie 3000 here talking Falcons football with us tonight. And of course, Chase, Dirty Fanatics United here talking Falcons football with us tonight too as well. Chat is crazy. Chat is lit. Happy New Year once again to everybody here. Don't forget hashtag one time. Hashtag one timers, hashtag the fan club. Drop it in the chat if you want to be a part of the giveaway for the end of the season. We'll let you know the information at the end of the podcast tonight. Tag your Falcons friends, tag your Falcons family. A lot of people here from the Rise Up tour, Falcons, Rise Up family, Falcons and Leash. There's so many Falcon groups that we've posted in. So big shout out to the admins that allow us to display the show. And you all don't ban us or red flag us. So big shout out to you all. Deshaun's in the chat. He said, what Atlanta rapper made the song? I ain't gonna let up. Yeet?
Oh, I ain't gonna let up.
Guess so. That sounds like DJ Yola.
Ain't gonna never let these haters
get
to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's Yola.
Yola. Come on now, Deshaun. Come on now, man.
Hey, I'm
real
real
East
Atlanta.
Deshaun, Happy New Year, brother.
I ain't from Atlanta, but yeah, Happy New Year. I hope you're doing good, man. I hope you're doing good, Deshaun.
Big shout out to everybody here in the chat. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are starting off your 2024 on a great path here. Dan Burst said one time in NOLA. Let's go.
Shout out, Dan. He DJing this weekend or what?
Dan is not DJing, but you know, the turn up specialist, Dan, you never know what can happen. Bodie, you're a witness.
Dan's gonna be down there on this 2 handstands down there DJing with his feet, up until 6 in the morning. Like Dan the man. You the man.
Dan the man. Funny story about Dan for those here in the chat. Bodie, you saw it last year. Chase, you saw it last year. Getting ready to leave the club at 3 a.m. in New Orleans. 3 a.m. 3:30, Bodie, around that time. We getting ready to leave the club. Yeah. Everybody getting ready to walk, head their way. We turn around. We say, where the fuck is Dan? 3:30 in the morning.
He on the stage.
He on the fucking stage with the mic in his hand.
Boy, dancing with some chick. Just
fucking
doing this number. I'm like, bro.
Giggity.
This man jigging and gyrating.
Had to give Dan a fucking fist bump. I said, "Hey, bro, I'm going to the hotel, bro. I'll talk to you in the morning, bro. I'll call you." Called Dan the next morning, like, "Bro, did you make it home safe? Like, everything was good? You know, we're in New
Dan
Orleans."
said, "I'm still on the stage right now."
Funny thing about it is, after Dan turned up the Friday night, Rise Up Tour, Falcon fans, we took over Saturday night. It's the same thing that's going to happen this weekend in New Orleans if you're coming down to New Orleans. The party, Chase, we'll talk about it shortly, but not only did Dan turn up Friday night in the club, Sunday after the game, Dan was invited back to host the fucking after party. I was like, Dan, did you got a fucking job down here for the weekend? How? Dan the man, Dan the specialist, man. I'll tell you, this guy right here, the turn up kid, Arizona. I want to give a big shout out to Dan too as well, because Dan DJ'd for the Rise Up Tour and the Falcon fans out there in Arizona at Carousels. Pastor Troy performed. Dan had that motherfucker lit, dog. I'm talking about. There was a gospel concert across the street. They were looking around like, saw that cursing going on over there. Big shout out to Dan the man, Dan the specialist, man. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. John Moreno's in the chat. He said, "Happy New Year to all the Falcon fans."
Happy New Year's, John.
Already, brother.
Terrell Johnson's in the chat.
Rise up.
Rise up,
Rise
bro.
up. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everybody. Sonia Norwood's here in the chat. Happy New Year, fam. Rise up.
Miss Melville, rise up. Happy New Year.
Falcon fans, bring your questions and comments to the chat. We love talking Falcons football with everybody. You never know who could be here watching or listening. John Moreno said, "I'm going to keep on saying this. Arthur Smith is not NFL head coach material." I believe on one of our topics, Arthur Smith. Yep, there he is. He's right there on our fourth topic. Yep. Yeah.
We're going to chat about it.
Yeah, we'll get there real quick.
Yeah, we're not going to shy away from this one tonight. William Amy said, "Happy New Year."
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, brother.
It's going down in a major way. Kenny's in the chat. He said, "What's up, fam? My three amigos in the house."
One time.
Throwing around the emojis with the one time. Dan Burson here with the hashtag one time.
One time.
He's feeling good. He's feeling great. Jermaine Living Life Davis is here in the chat with the one time.
One timers with the one time. I appreciate y'all.
Oh, who am I? Look, who am I? Who am I? I'm the Falconator on fucking Fox 5 watching the Falcons game. I was sitting over there watching it. We scored. The next thing you know, they turned the camera to a special guest who was, a diehard Falcon fan who was a special guest on this podcast last year. They turned into Vinny. I'm yelling like a motherfucker. I'm like, yo, that's Vinny. Vinny's doing his dance on him. I love it, Vinny. That's some diehard shit right there. Snowy game, 30-degree weather, and your fans are just sitting there just dealing with everything that's going on the field and off the field. Because Bears fans were fucking deep in that. They were packed.
Oh yeah.
And they show why we play in the damn dome.
Jeez.
Got to open up the roof more. Sonia Norwood, hashtag one time.
One time.
Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. Katie's in the chat. He said, "One time to everyone in the chat. Smash the like button for our boys. Also smash it for Kiki too as well. She's also here in the chat. Subscribe. Dirty Fanatics United. Subscribe. One time for the fan. We breaking 1,000 subscribers this year. Hashtag breaking 1,000. We're breaking 1,000 subscribers this year. Because one time for the fan not only bringing some of the best content here from a Falcon fan base, but when it comes to some of the special guests we have coming up, and it comes to just what we have planned for you all, it's just going to be amazing. So we're going to get through this last game together. If we make the playoffs, we're going to get through the playoffs together. We're going to get through the offseason together. We're going to be right back here next year talking about how we're going to go out there and beat the Chiefs, how we're going to beat the Cowboys, how we're going to go beat the Eagles, whoever we play next year, because it's going to be a tough schedule. It's going to be a tough schedule. So sit back, relax, and be prepared for this next year here. With one time for the fan, because it's going down definitely in a major way. William Amy said, "We need fire Arthur Smith after this New Orleans game. Him and Dave Rigoni and TJA's. Goddamn, William Amy, he's cleaning the house.
Clean it. Clean up that offense.
God. Get him out of there.
Black Monday's Monday? Bodie? Black Monday?
This upcoming Monday, yes.
Yeah.
I got all my memes ready.
I know who's not getting fired, and I know 3 people who's not getting fired.
No doubt.
Chase, Bodie, and Jack Spade.
Man, shit, might well be fired. You don't pay me enough.
I tell you this right now, Falcon fans. I know 3 people who ain't in trouble on Monday, win or lose. Jack Spade, Bodie, and Dirty Fanatics United. Hey man, let me tell you something. We're Falcon fans. We're gonna be here. You understand? We're gonna be here next year. We're gonna be here the year after. So whoever's coming into the building, new head coach, new regime, new whoever. All right, that's cool. You still have to go through us. We the fan base. You feel what I'm saying? You see what's going on with Arthur Smith right now in social media. Oh, they light him up.
Yeah, we the fan base want his ass gone.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to fucking start looking at these topics.
Let's start there. We keep talking about them.
That's the elephant in the room. That's what everybody wants to talk about. That's the hot topic.
Bump it up.
So Coach Smith possibly has lost the locker room. True or false? True or false?
Are we going straight into it? Because if we're going straight into it, I'm going straight.
We're going Coach Smith. We're going Coach Smith. Chat. We're going Coach Smith right now. Bring your questions, comments about Coach Smith right now. We're going Coach Smith. Bodie, Chase, Coach Smith has lost the locker room right now with 1 game left to go.
I think the CP tweet. I'm going straight to the CP tweet. CP's been real supportive of everything in Atlanta. Last year, he had one of the best seasons of his whole entire career as an NFL running back and special returner. So, you follow into this year, he doesn't get the playing time that he had last year. And I understand the Bijan move. You got Bijan, but you still have Cordell Patterson, and he seems very upset about the yards that he's received this year. He commented back to a reliable source, Myles Garrett. Shout out to Myles Garrett, but and said, should he be happy? To you guys, should Cordell Patterson be happy?
I was surprised to see Cordell Patterson respond to the tweet. That's number one, because
people
talk about the players don't have their phones and other people have them and they don't know what's going on and they try to stay away from social media. Nah, fuck that. They're looking for violence. They're looking for some type of tweet. But yeah, CP, to see that him retweet that,
and then you follow over to the gameplay from this past Sunday. I believe your starting quarterback Taylor Heinicke had 4 interceptions on Sunday, and Desmond Ridder had 1 in about 4 passes. So you're in a game that's pretty close that you can bring back. You've been right there at the heels of it the whole game. You could almost bring it back at any moment. And offense just couldn't seem to get it going. Defense was on the field for a while, and offense just could not score. Just from a whole standpoint, you're running the ball on situations you should be throwing the ball. You don't hit Tyler Algier not once after he streaks for the touchdown. I think he touched the field 2 more times after that until the fourth quarter. 2 or 3 more times,
like you punished Algier for scoring.
Yeah, and then the fourth quarter he didn't even play until the game was over with. You couldn't run the ball. So I mean, it's just a lot. Arthur Smith is Doug Bowl. I said on my own podcast, him and Terry Fontenot came into the season with the quarterbacks that they chose. This is the most talented roster that Arthur Smith has ever carried in his, I'd say, any coaching career, any job he's had. Tennessee, this roster is by far better than Tennessee's roster that year. I feel like they chose the quarterback. They knew what they were doing. They didn't have the confidence in the quarterback from week 1. You can tell in the play calling. It's just a letdown to see Kyle Pitts not get the production that we need for such a high draft pick. Rumors that he's lost the locker room. It's a bad situation, and when that starts happening, it's about time to clean house.
Bodie 3000, I know you're going to chime in on that too as well. Has Coach Smith lost the locker room? Chat, please chime in too as well. Carlo Wiggins, we got to go out with a bang. It's going down like 4 hounds on a biscuit. Shit. Yeah. Definitely need party details. Got to show this Saint chick how Falcons fan party. Yeah, man, it's going down, Carlo. I'll give you the information towards the end of the podcast. Well, Rise Up tour. We always do it big when we go on the road with the Falcons. And of course, throwing these parties with the Falcon fan base. This is what we do. We love this. But the party we had last year was crazy. It was fucking Max to the wall. Chase, he was there. Bodie was there. And it's going to be packed again this year too as well. So get there early. But I'll give the details to that shortly. Bodie, and it was funny about the whole Ridder situation because I believe Ridder came in for 4 plays. He had 1 completed pass, 1 fumble, 1 interception, and I can't remember the other one. It was like a run or some shit. But it's like, That's tough to watch, man. Seeing what I saw on Sunday. But Bodie, Coach Smith, man, did he lose the locker room, Bodie, in your opinion?
You got one of your veteran players going on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Shit.
I just want that dumb shit. Going on there to really say that, respond to that tweet in that manner, then that's gotta tell that speaks volumes. Just think about that. It speaks volumes. You got a guy that he put in the Joker role. When I saw that shit on the week one depth chart, I saw Joker. I was like, oh shit, they got a whole bunch of package
Right.
plays for these
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers, right? Did we see any of that shit? No. We didn't see nothing. I didn't see no game plan. I didn't see no package play. I didn't see no end around. I didn't see no damn screen
Play
wildcat,
action, nothing.
for no Joker.
I saw his
Was
numbers
that,
decrease.
yeah, I saw that. Definitely saw that. I mean, like that's just ridiculous. Like you obviously he is like the prime example of the fact that they had no game plan, and that's the thing. We had so many weapons. We can. Oh my god. I mean, from Cordero to Bijan to Pitts to London. I mean, what more do you want? Even we got speedy weapons like Scotty Miller and Hodge. Speed. Okay. Guess he trying to be more of a gunner, more than a gunner.
Shit.
Anyway,
Shit.
but I mean,
More
we
than
had
a gunner.
and oh, not need I mention Algier, okay?
You might gotta mention John Smith too as well. He ate too.
And John Smith even had Michael Pruitt behind him, who can fucking we can do three deep and tight ends. And you telling me we can't score? I
Yeah.
don't give a damn if Jack is at quarterback. We should be able to score at least
Right.
20 a game. Like, let's be real. Like, there was no game plan. There is no game. There was no Joker. There was none of that. It was nice to say. Okay. It's like, oh, well, we intend on doing this. But he didn't really draw out plays for him. He didn't draw out plays for Bijan. I don't feel like
So the
if
joke
he
was on
was,
us.
yeah, the joke was definitely on us. Like he really, if he did draw out plays for specifically for Bijan, specifically for Pitts, specifically for London, specifically for Cordero Patterson, I can't tell. I can't tell. And don't like there was no cohesiveness with our offense. There was no gelling. You could tell if they practice some shit and you see it over and over again and they just look in sync with. I didn't see any kind of game plan. I didn't see none. So I'm open. I'm hearing. Of course, now we're hearing. Of course, after we beat the shit out of the Colts, you were hearing, well, his
Right.
job's probably safe.
Right.
Now we coming back, got beat the shit out of again,
Yeah.
and
That's
we
probably the
hearing,
worst beating
oh
we've taken since the Lions. I
It's
mean,
the dominating win that you needed this season. We talked about it all day on One Time for the Fan. You got it against the Colts, and then you get fucking blown out against the Bears the following week. That's the embarrassing
yeah,
part. Like you wanted you beat the shit out of the Colts
yeah,
to where fans were like, "Oh damn, this could be it." And then you go out there
yeah,
next week and you just wet the bed on damn near everything. With defense, you did the best you could, but that was tough. The conditions were tough. Watching Justin Fields do what he did, seeing the fans who want Fields here in Atlanta get their way.
yeah,
I
they
mean,
want it.
some
They
people
want it
wanted,
bad after Sunday.
but
They
we
want
talked
it
about
bad.
it, Chase. Some people wanted the Falcons to lose to have Fields show off. This is part of his
Yeah.
resume. Show off right here.
Yeah.
Be our
that's
quarterback
crazy.
next year. Some fans did want the team to lose. Me, I wanted the team to win. Didn't matter if Justin balled out. I wanted the team to win.
Mhm.
But that's disappointing to have an impressive win over the Colts, an AFC team too at that was fighting for a playoff spot. To then
Yeah, they
go
won that. They clinch.
Yeah, and if you and this was the most important game we
Yeah.
had to
This was
win.
it. This was it.
We had to win that. Now we really got to win, and we need help. Well, we could control our destiny if we would have just won before.
and going
And
to that,
yeah,
Bodie, we need help.
we need
We
help.
need the fucking Carolina Panthers to beat the Bucs.
That's a
Jesus
tough one.
Christ.
That's tough. Our season lies in the Panthers. That's
We
crazy.
wanted the Bucs to lose to the Saints Sunday. They did. We got our way. But what was happening over there when we was watching our game? That was fucking horrible.
Yeah, we couldn't handle business.
It always seems that way. The teams that you need to lose when you lose, or win when you lose, and it's always that way with the Atlanta Falcons, man.
I mean,
If
the Falcons, they never cease to surprise me anyway. Like we expected to
And
win the
and
game
then it
before the
comes to
Colts.
where if you do win Sunday, and the
Mhm.
Panthers lost, or the
Yeah,
Panthers, they lose it. What did you win for? You just lost a draft pick.
you kick the Saints out, you move the
Yeah,
draft pick
you did.
from. Well, if you win, you're going to be between what 9 and 12. You can't go no higher than 12.
Regardless if the Bucs win, they secure the division. It
Yes.
don't matter if the Saints
yes.
beat us.
All they need to do is win.
Yeah.
That's it.
Which, looking at the Panthers' performance on Sunday against the Jags, was fucking awful.
They're terrible.
That was bad. That was
Yeah.
bad. Not even the way they got beat, but if you go back and watch the game, it looked like a team that was just trying to get to Cancun. It honestly looked like a team that was just like, look, there's one more game, guys. Let's not get injured. Some of y'all will be here. Some of y'all won't. The Falcons have a different approach Sunday. They have to go out there and play at 100%. They got to give 200%, knowing that they don't know the score going on. Well, I've been on as a fan, I can see on the sidelines they might not be able to just look at their phones, but of course, in most stadiums, they're going to display the scores of other teams in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
You're at a point where you're playing the game, Falcon fans, and I'm just gonna, man, I really wish this shit can happen. We're down there in New Orleans, third quarter Sunday. Falcons are up 10. You look up at the scoreboard, and the Panthers are winning 20-3 in the third quarter. That would just be
that's some week 18. That's some week 18 shit right there.
Yeah, that's some straight up week 18 shit right there.
Yeah.
But to walk away, Brody, to have this feeling, because there's no podcast Sunday night, but to have the feeling of coming out of that stadium, knowing that we can beat the Saints, and if the Panthers some way, somehow, Jesus, David Tepper, whatever the fuck your name is, throw some drinks on some more people. We need the Panthers to go out there and just beat the fucking Bucs. But we're going to go out there and beat the Saints. But to walk out that stadium knowing that we can have the division after all this shit that's happened this season, I mean, it's still a little bit, not to say impressive, but it's good to know that my team has a fighter's chance. The past 3 years, even with all the shambles that we've been through, we still had a fider's chance at the last game or two left in the season. The Matt Ryan year, we had the 2 games.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the media who just has to ask these questions. They know that people aren't going to come out. Or maybe they're looking for somebody to come out and say, when they asked Arthur Blank about Arthur Smith and what's the next move with him, that was like, a couple weeks ago or whatnot. What do you expect Arthur Smith to say? Yeah, well, we're looking to move on after this year. Like,
yeah, you can't say that.
No, not when we're in the middle of a playoff race. But even then, if we would have really won out, and then we'd probably be in the driver's seat. But that was a whole totally different story. So he's not gonna put him on the shitter when we were in the middle of the playoff race.
If you win Sunday, does Arthur Smith's job safe then?
I'm gonna, man. I'm telling you right now.
The question.
I had a good conversation with Eric Parker yesterday for about an hour, and I told Eric Parker, I said, "Bro, I just did a podcast with you, like over the phone. Like we're just talking Falcons, right?" And my thing is, there's so much that weighs into this season for Arthur Smith that people can say this is his first year with this roster, so they're trying to give him that pass. But bro, you lost games you should have won clearly.
Yeah.
And you have, I'm going to put this out there because we're one time for the fan. You have a tough fucking schedule next year. I'm done with this fucking on paper shit. The Chiefs are going to fucking come in here next year to ball. The Cowboys are going to come in here to ball. The fucking Eagles, we're going to them next year to ball. I don't give a fuck how you look at it. You need to get a team out there that's going to win some games consecutively. And I got some teams next year that we're playing that's been doing this shit for the past couple years. Yeah. So I can't go in there and say, oh, that Chiefs game is going to be a big win for the Falcons. I don't even know what the fuck my head coach is doing right now. So that's a tough decision to make. But if he wins Sunday, when we win Sunday, I do think he is going to get that last year treatment. They're going to do the best they can to give him the final term of his deal.
Let's be real.
Are we going to let him draft?
It might be a Dan Quinn moment. Could be a Dan Quinn moment.
No. Before you ask that, Chase, I would say if we win and still don't make the playoffs, he's out of there.
I think so too.
100%.
You think so? Is that the barring the letdown? Is that the letdown?
Blank's
That is the
comments at
letdown.
the
That
beginning
is
of the
barring the collapse.
Yeah.
The
That is
collapse
that.
is losing to
The
that
collapse
the Panther
was the
game was the
Panthers
fucking collapse. That was it.
and
Automatic.
last week. That was
And
collapse.
last week
That was
was
some bullshit. We lost
yeah.
to that sorry ass Bears team. That
6-10.
means we sorry. Exactly.
We went
We
over
playing
this.
sorry.
You lost the Jags and the Lions game at the beginning of the season. I can give it to them. Those teams they're decent enough to take those wins. The Commanders game,
Yeah.
the Titans game with Will. You lost to Sam Howell. I mean, I'm just going over just one player, but you lost to Sam Howell, who right now I think he got benched too as well.
Yep.
You lost to Will Levis, who had his first start, right? You lost
Who's been shit since.
Yes. The Vikings
He done nothing.
with the Josh Dobbs situation. The Vikings thought they had something with Dobbs. He got benched like
Who's
2
been
weeks later.
shit since? Can you hear me? You should sense a pattern. He's been benched. Will Levis has been ass since fucking Sam Howell. Shit since. Shit since.
Kyle Murray comes back from a
Are you
whole year
kidding?
injury. A whole year injury.
And
1
he's Kyler
year.
Murray. He's gonna play. He's the only
Runs-
one that hasn't been shit since.
The
his team
missed
has been shit.
tackles, losing to Carolina.
Bruh. Carolina. Jesus. I mean, come on.
Shit hurts,
That's just
man.
dropping the ball. Well, you know you got all that talent on that team, and you're losing to teams that are inferior of you. Like what? What are we doing here? What? That's just incompetence. No game plan. It's not building the confidence of the team. Who the fuck want to come back and play for that? Who the fuck want to pay for tickets to see Arthur Smith and his no chin on the sideline?
The offensive calling is terrible,
Fuck
dude.
up.
It's
This is
like
bad.
the offense sells tickets, bro, and you're not moving the ball to sell tickets.
Not moving the
I'm
ball.
sorry.
So we're gonna have to get somebody in here who can draw up some plays for our playmakers. Point blank.
If it seems as though Arthur Smith is going to be calling the plays next year, if he is back, then yes, you're gonna have to get somebody else to call to drop some of these new plays. You can't be going there with that same shit we saw this season.
Bro,
That's just not gonna work. That's just
I
not.
think he needs a play caller if he comes back.
Yeah,
In the
he's
unlikely event, he needs a play caller,
Yeah,
and he needs a
that's true.
guru. He needs somebody drawing up some good plays.
For these freaking targets we have, dude. We got way too many targets.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people blaming Kyle. They're blaming Kyle, no effort. You see why it's no effort. You see that shit. It's the same with Cordero when he came out and said that. Should I be happy? No, Kyle ain't happy. He ain't getting no targets at all.
I don't think he's happy. Not the way he acted after that game. I seen some sideline views of him, and he just, I don't know, didn't look too happy to me.
Oh, you heard the comments about Drake London too as well. I mean, players want to win, and that goes for all these players, these fans that say, "Oh, they're tanking, do this on the field." Man, I'm telling you something. I didn't talk to a lot of these players too as well. They want to win. Chase, you didn't see what they want to win. Don't go out there and think, oh, for 1 second, he finna miss that tackle on purpose. Nah, it ain't like that, bro. Not only is their job on the line, but them boys want to win, not only for the city, but for themselves, bro. It makes you feel good. Did you see it? Did you see the interview with Tennessee's coach, Vrabel? When they asked him about how are you feeling, he was like, it fucking sucks to lose. What do you mean, how am I feeling? It sucks. I mean, what fan cannot relate to that right now if you have a losing team? Like, it sucks to lose.
Let's keep it a band. I'm not saying that the players aren't putting, they're just quitting. Okay. But it is demoralizing to, you know what your strengths are. You can like tell the coach or like, the coach is supposed to know where your strengths is. Coach's job is to put you in a position to succeed.
Yep.
And he has not done that. That's literally the description of his job.
Drake London yet to bust 1,000 yards, and he's still one of the best receivers in the NFL.
Very possible he can break 1,000 yards this Sunday against the Saints. And of course, Bijan Robinson, top 10 running back right now in the NFL, has a possible chance of breaking 1,000 yards too as well on the ground. So that is good that at least you got a little bit of shine that keeps you going, right, Chase? I mean,
that's also a problem though, Jack. That's where I feel like Arthur Smith does too much.
Yeah,
he's worried about those stat lines. He's worried about making Bijan's pick look proven. Bijan's done that. We've seen what Bijan can do. He's the guy. The hype's real, as Philip would say. The hype's real on Bijan. But Arthur Smith never thinks situations like that. I mean, I think as a coach, he says he's not worried about fantasy numbers. I'm not saying he is, but he's really worried about making a player look like he belongs in Atlanta.
There you go.
Falcon
Now,
fans, go ahead,
Jack,
Bodie.
pull up Uncle Steve's comment.
Yeah,
He said something about his views of the
yeah.
locker room part.
And big shout out to everybody in the chat too as well. You got William, Amy, Sullivan, Brian Apova's here in the chat. Lamarcus Boyd is here in the chat. Paul Hopkins, Sonia Norwood, John Moreno's here in the chat. Preston Sapp, Carla Wiggins, Kenny Sambria's here in the chat. D.A. Hunter, Kenneth is also here in the chat. It's too many names. You know, we're trying to get this show out the way within an hour. We want everybody to enjoy their Wednesday night here. But Uncle Steve's Lounge, another content creator too as well. You guys probably seen some of his podcasts. Big shout out to Uncle Steve. He said, fellas, I really don't think Arthur Smith has lost the team. If so, they wouldn't have had that effort in the bins last week. Love CP, but he's kind of lucky to collect $5 million as a third option. He has lost a step.
Well, I'll agree that he is lucky to collect $5 million as a third option. I will agree to that. But I mean, that you know, it's hard to tell. Us sitting here at home on our couches and see it. I mean, but when you put forth the effort, or at least that whatever you want to call that was in Chicago, that kind of effort, and it's kind of tough to believe that they're really trying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the blame got to go somewhere. It's going to go to the players not trying. It's going to go to the coaches not putting the players in the right positions. Like something's a disconnect. I mean, we don't know. Maybe they still love him as a guy. I don't know, but it's kind of hard to believe that they really playing hard when you getting beat by 20 up in Chicago. It's just hard. I mean, not saying they not playing. Like not saying it's like that movie where they just said Hut and just let Adam Sandler get sacked over and over again. It's nothing like that. But it's just tough. I mean, especially when players aren't getting targets, players aren't getting used correctly. Players
are being wide open and not getting thrown to as well.
Yeah, you got the Scotty Miller touchdown that you missed too as well.
I mean, Kyle Pitts.
People can mention that Kyle Pitts could have dove for that touchdown too as well. The coup missing 6 points on the board, but you still got beat by enough points even if you added that shit up to right there. I mean, you had to play better against the Bears, and you didn't do that. I was expecting a team that was ready to go to the playoffs, that was wanted to show the fight around across the NFL. You had beat the Colts. I think that was a surprising win to a lot of Falcon fans too. Like, man, we just beat the Colts by 19 points. How? You go out there against the Bears team and then it's totally different. But DJ Moore, though, I mean, man, I used to shit on this kid on those Carolina groups. Remember that shit, Chase, when he was playing with the Panthers? Yeah. Like we used to roast fucking DJ Moore in those chats, man. Great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He won us a game last year. Shout out to DJ.
He did. Shout out DJ.
But that man with the Chicago, but that man's eating over there, bro.
Hey, shout out to him.
That man's
he's calling on the Field situation. He's calling for Fields back. He said he's expressed his feelings to the GM about how he feels about his QB1. So we'll see about the Field situation, man. I don't know if he will be available.
Knowing how this podcast was going to go tonight, Chase, that's why you don't see QB1 on the topics, because that's a whole podcast by itself.
Yeah.
Honestly, that might be more than one podcast, because at the end of this season,
the
amount of work we have to do to go over who could be the quarterback and why he would be a good fit. I mean, it's going to be outstanding, Falcon fans, because Russell Wilson, for the Falcon fans that are saying, oh no, because of future, let's just throw that shit out of there.
What?
Let's throw that shit.
We want to win now, dude.
Like, stop.
Let's get it now.
I'm a Falcon fan too as well. I remember the future comments. I remember when he played for Seattle. All right, I understand. But let's take future out of the equation here of what Russell Wilson could do for the Falcons. And you got Justin Fields' situation too as well. And then Falcon fans lit up on social media the night about Michael Pettis Jr. What he did against Texas the other night. Chase, like I said, QB1 could be a whole nother podcast. But if Arthur Smith is going into his last year of this contract and he needs to win now, and you're playing some tough teams next season, do you want to go get a rookie quarterback? Because you're certainly in the spot to go get one right now in the draft. You have to be aggressive in the draft. Even if you lose on Sunday and the Jets win, you go to 7th or something, I think it is, or you go to 8th, And if you lose or you win on Sunday, you can go between 10 and 12. But you have to be aggressive to get the guy you want. If Michael Pettis is balling up like that, just imagine the amount of teams ahead of you that want this kid. And it's going to lead.
This national championship is going to tell a lot about where Michael goes. Yeah, for sure. But I do say, Jack, I'm with the veteran move now because you are going to retain a coach. If you do, you're going to retain a coach on his last year of a contract. You don't have a quarterback coach. But if you did draft a quarterback in the first round, you could still make the veteran move in free agency. Only reason why I say is you could draft a guy like Jaden Daniels, a guy that I think could use a year behind a quarterback in the NFL, and that's your future. You know, if this veteran move that you just picked don't work, okay, then you clean house. You get rid of the head coach. You got a young rookie. I know you've drafted a guy with a head coach that's gone now, but this guy that has proven in college, he's been pretty straight throughout his college career. That's just building towards the future, and you could, maybe set up something around that. But I'm down with the Russell Wilson move. I would take a Russell Wilson in Atlanta to try to make a playoff push.
The Jaden Daniels move, because he's definitely going to be a first rounder.
Right.
2024, the way these fans are, the way the NFL moves, is like, hey, you drafted this guy in the first round, you got to play this kid week 1. Like, this shouldn't even be no competition.
I mean, look at Patrick Mahomes. He sat how many games before he actually started?
It's true.
He was drafted 10th overall.
True.
But they had an established great veteran there.
Exactly.
And they drafted him 10th overall, but hell, they didn't even expect him to go there. They expect him, I guess, to go later.
Yeah, he was supposed to be a later pick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But they knew something we didn't.
Big shout out to Carlo Wiggins right here with this comment. He said the division was gift wrap and we beat ourselves out of like 4 games easily this year. Going back and look at some of these games, and Bodie, with the podcast that we were doing, the Minnesota post podcast we did that Wednesday to follow, the Arizona game too as well when I got back from Arizona. Like, these were some disappointing games when you're like, the easiest schedule. How many times did they mention the easiest schedule this year?
Yeah, well, if we get beat like this with the easiest schedule, and then we keep Coach Smith with his incompetence on offense, then how do you think the hardest schedule gonna go? I mean, that's just something that I know Arthur Blank is thinking about. Like, he's not going to show his hand, of course, especially if he's trying to get in the coaching race and trying to get the best coach for our team next season. He's not going to show his hand. That's one part. And then 2, he's not going to disrespect Coach Smith, even though he's doing a shitty job, because we're in the middle of a playoff race. So there's that. I mean, it's just, we just gotta. It's been a long season, so it's really difficult right now. Really good.
D800 said, if you don't want the Falcons to win Sunday, you're not a diehard. So let's go over this comment.
Big facts.
I would agree.
I'm on the way to New Orleans this weekend, right? Nothing's going to make me feel better this weekend than watching the Falcons beat the Saints. I know what's at stake. I know if the Panthers win and we win, what could happen. But I want to see the Falcons beat the Saints. I'm not going down to New Orleans to go sit in there and say, oh, we're going to lose this one bad today. I drove fucking 400 miles for this shit. No. No, it doesn't work like that. I want to sit there. I don't give, man, tell you something, man. We had 3 wins on the season. I don't give a fuck. It's going to be our 4th win. I'm going to be in that motherfucker representing my team. I want to see my team win on Sunday. So for those that want the team to lose, want the team to win, I mean, we're all Falcon fans at the end of the day. But for me, I'm going to New Orleans to watch my team win and eat some crab cakes. So that's how I feel about that.
You need a crab cake.
Shrimp po' boy.
Shrimp po' boy. Hey, shout out to the what was that? Get the bun on your chest, boy. Get the bun on your chest. What that boy said to you, Chase, on the corner? Y'all
over here eating all that shrimp etouffee.
Y'all over here eating up all our crawfish etouffee.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Right. I'm gonna eat a W too. Just shout out to James.
I turned to Chase. I was like, "Yeah, Chase, he got the tool on him. You can see it. You can see it right there."
Yeah, don't say nothing too funky.
Don't say nothing too funky out here, Chase. He got the tool on him, and I can see it behind the starter jacket. The motherfucker's still wearing the starter jacket. I knew he had the tool on him. Falcons versus Bears recap. Fuck that. We saw what happened. Oh, good news.
Yeah, fuck that.
Troy Anderson is back.
Yes, sir.
Hey, love it.
Do you want to play Troy Anderson in the last game of the season? Some would say it's meaningful, some would say it's not. But you kind of seen what you had in Troy last year, and of course, earlier this season. You know what you got in Troy in a way. Do you want to play him? Do you want to risk,
I don't.
re-injuring this guy again? A concussion for a linebacker is tough. That had you out almost season ending, and then you come back now. I mean, Bodie, I'm looking at it like I don't want to play this guy. But then again, Troy is back.
Was that
Well,
what
I'll say
he was
this.
on IR for? Was it concussion? Sheesh.
All that for a concussion?
Was it not a
How
concussion?
many fucking weeks he been out?
Let's go back and
I
look.
should know this. But
Let's go back and look.
all I know is we're fighting for a playoff spot. I'm gonna get a political answer. All hands on deck. Especially if he's healthy. Only if he's healthy.
Yeah, got to be 100%.
That's how I feed that. He's got to be 100%.
Shoulder injury. Sorry, Troy. Shoulder. I know he did
Shoulder,
suffer
there
a
you
concussion this year, though.
Something with his
Shoulder.
pec, I
That's a
believe.
fucking crazy concussion.
Shoulder.
He's been out forever.
That's why here at One Time for the Fan, we check that. Shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, if that shoulder's feeling great without that shot that they be taking, like that shit,
Sheesh.
Mahomes took in the Super Bowl, and he was like this
Yeah.
running around. Yeah, that man was geeked. I would go, fuck. I'm gonna say it. If he's okay without all that stuff, then all hands on deck to get us to the playoffs, and we fight. That's why you play. You play to win the game. No, you heard that shit before. We plan to win, and all hands on deck. We need his speed out there. Now I know Lamon been playing. Lamon deserves where he at right now. So
No
I
doubt.
say, of course, he continues to start. They work Troy in. My damn lamp fell. We can continue to start, and like we figure it out as a team. Like if he's ready to play, play the man. I mean, we need him. Even though Lamon been balling. Shout out to Lamon.
Yeah, I'm with Bodie. If he's 100%, sure, play him. Like you said, Troy's coming up on one more year on his contract, I believe, off his rookie contract. So, maybe the last game would give them a little tape of how he plays in this Ryan Nielsen defense. And if you do make that playoff push, maybe he's the guy to bring that extra little push to the defense. All in all, I've been happy with what the defense has had going on. You said Nate Lamon, that's the name there. Shout out to Nate Lamon, got snubbed for the Pro Bowl, but shout out to Nate Lamon. Was really pulling for him to make that one. But
yeah,
as
you
well
know
as
the team playing like they're playing, and they gonna snub a guy like Lamon.
As speaking on the defense right now, somebody that played a lot Sunday, I don't know if y'all recognized it, but Albert Huggins was on the field a lot Sunday. Does anybody know why? What was the reason with that?
Do not know why. I was hoping Michael
The
Rothstein
good
would
Nielsen
report on that. The snap count has been crazy for a couple players. I know with I guess D Offer taking over at punt return now. Mike Hughes getting more of that slot.
Too much
cornerback.
time.
Yeah, and of course
Let's see
Okuda
if I
not
can
getting.
find some Albert Huggins news.
Yeah, and of course Okuda not getting any snaps too as well, and Clark Phillips playing a bulk load.
Matt Collins on special teams. Shout out Matt Collins on special teams making all the tackles, but not seeing him at receiver, seeing a lot of Van Jefferson over Matt Collins at receiver.
Saw that too as well. Did Matt Collins have shoes on Sunday?
No, he did not. They showed it on TV.
Did not.
He did not at pregame have on shoes.
Tammy said the players want to win, and so do the fans. It's a good feeling beating the Saints, Falcon fans. Come on, like everybody here in the chat. Like let's be real here.
Yeah, sweep them motherfuckers.
Sweep the Saints. Feel good about ending the season on a high. That you coming off of a win.
It's gonna be exciting off season regardless. It's gonna be crazy.
It is. But Chase, it would have been better if you would have had that extra game to get to the playoffs, to win the division, to know that we don't have to hope the Panthers win on Sunday. I mean, last week was one thing, Chase. You had everything wrapped up for you before the game started, knowing that you needed the Bucs to lose and you had to go beat the Bears. Well, the Bucs fucking lost. You didn't handle business.
Yep.
Going back to earlier this year when you was at 500 and you had a chance to get over the hump and take the first place and take the advantage and move ahead by 1 or 2 games, you didn't do it.
Yeah, that's an indictment on our coach not having our guys ready. Yep. And he'll tell you himself. He knows it. He feels it.
It goes to this, Bodie. It goes to this, Chase. The identity. I kept saying it all season. I don't see the identity within our team.
There's no identity.
No, there isn't.
I
And
don't
we
see
talked
the
about it a
identity.
lot, Jack, at the beginning of the year. I kept repeating about we still haven't showed identity. And you can't win games that way. That's why I feel like Arthur Smith's, what is this, his third or fourth year in Atlanta? It's his third year. I don't feel like he deserves that fourth year in Atlanta.
Hey, a lot of decisions have to be made here for the Atlanta Falcons coming up in a matter of weeks. Black Monday is coming up. The firing of coaches and a lot can go on within the organization for a lot of these teams here in the NFL. Win or lose for the Falcons, what decision will be made Monday with Coach Smith? Will he be a part of Black Monday? We do not know. But there's a lot of fans here in the chat that would want it. Bo, do you think so?
Yes, absolutely. I'm sorry.
It's going to be like I told Bodie the other day. They'll get rid of Rags and just keep Arthur Smith. That'll be
yeah, Arthur Smith will go out and hire another one of his buddies, somebody from Tennessee staff.
And he'll continue calling plays.
He's probably a damn punter coach or something. That have him run the offense or something.
Big shout out to everybody in the chat, man. It's going down.
Like a game.
That's tough. That's tough. Falcon fans, I know you probably have questions about the head coaching position. You have questions about the OC, who we're going to draft. You know, here at One Time for the Fan, we're going to try to stay within that hour time limit here in 2024. Because, you know, last year we would say, all right, y'all, we're ending the podcast. And then 45 minutes later, we're still talking Falcons football. So it has been great talking with everybody here tonight on the channel. And, of course, we're going to have more podcasts coming up for you all. I'll be in New Orleans this week, so there will be no Sunday podcast. Now, we might have to do a Black Monday podcast. If not, we'll be back that following Wednesday to do our normal
breaking news.
One Time for the Fan breaking news Wednesday podcast. But yes, a lot can change here in a week. We kept saying this over and over during the season on One Time for the Fan. Before we went to go play the Vikings, before we went to go play the Titans, before we went to go play the Bucs, and every podcast is different. Well, to know that, to know that you can either win the division on Sunday and get you a playoff game, or we can come in here next week and talk about who's fired, who's staying, who's going, and what's the next direction for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yep.
So that's tough here as a Falcon fan because I had high expectations for this season. I had high hopes for this team. I did not want to be in this position. We in one of the worst divisions in the NFL this year, the NFC South, against one of the weakest schedule opponents that the Falcons had to play. We couldn't take advantage of it.
Jack,
and that's what's disappointing.
While I'm thinking about it, we forgot to mention we still don't know who's starting quarterback Sunday.
Bam.
Yeah, that's
that
big
too
one.
As well. Limited practice for Heineke versus Ritter, who's probably going to be, full strength, ready to go. But for me, Chase, I'm waiting for the call. Jack. I'm waiting for the fucking call. I'm telling you right now.
Jack?
All the, you know what, Joey and Paul Hopkins. There's a lot of people here in the chat that was like Heineke. I ain't calling you out, but you tried to shame Jack. You tried to shame Jack Spade. You put them ahead of me on the fucking depth chart. Now look at you. You want me to get in the game Sunday and throw 80 on the run.
You're going to throw 80 interceptions.
Ritter takes us to the playoffs in New Orleans versus the Aints.
Let me tell you something.
He will come out and play extravagant ass.
Well, the first thing is we beat the Saints, but we look up at the scoreboard and the Panthers are beating the Bucs. Okay, let's just say that happens, right? Whoever that quarterback is, hey man, let me tell you something. We win the fucking division down there in New Orleans. Excuse me. Whoever that quarterback is, you're the starter next year. Automatic.
God,
you're the starter next year. 6 fucking years. It's been 6 years. Logan Woodside, if you get in the game, you're the starter next year. Build around Logan Woodside.
You are on that good shit. Like
go draft a wide receiver 2 and a fucking center.
I'm here to tell you, the starter at quarterback next year is not on this roster right now. I don't give a fuck if we make a deep playoff run. He is not on this roster. I'm here to tell you that.
Big shout out to the Falcon fan who texted me and said, I don't like calling out names, but the Falcon fan who texted me and said, as soon as Ritter got in the game on Sunday, he fumbled. How is that possible? How? As soon as
It's
he
like
got
losing on your bye week. Like, I mean,
shit.
What was up with that sweet ass play call on the first drive of a snowy game? We're running Wildcat. We've done it twice this year, but we're
Playing
doing it in a
backyard.
game that we need to win, and we've done it twice this year.
Playing good old backyard football there, bro.
bruh,
Good old backyard football in somebody else's
you don't know
backyard.
how to throw it away. I know there's
What
college
Lisa's
quarterbacks.
talking about right now.
Smith ran a
There's
trick play with
college
the snow
quarterbacks.
coming down to start the game in Chicago. I knew then we were in trouble.
Man,
I think the coup kick had me looking like, wait, coup missed it?
Man, can we
And then
talk
Chicago's
about
kicker
Coup?
made it, and it was like, wait, this guy just made it?
I mean, he playing that. You know what I'm saying? Cool don't play in that shit.
Very true.
Cool. Sure.
They talked about it before the game started. They said Cool's kicks were off. Cool's kicks were off. And just seeing the barrel of the snow just blow down through the stadium. I mean, big shout out to the Falcon fans that had to deal with that too as well, because some fans told me it was pretty cold out there. I told y'all it's the windy. Hey,
I
the
know.
windy season for real.
Yeah. So,
For real.
I would say if we win, if whoever is a quarterback on Sunday, and we win, and then Panthers win or lose, they win. Panthers win. We go in the playoffs. That quarterback will be our quarterback going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
We'll do
Yeah,
playoffs
no
for now. We won't say starting quarterback next year. We'll just do playoffs.
That was a tongue twist. I couldn't get that out. That's crazy.
LaMarcus boy said, God, no, please not Ritter. Jesus Christ.
Why didn't we
That
sign
man
Flacco?
came in and threw a duck.
So what, Chase?
I said, why didn't we sign Flacco?
Oh shit. He doesn't run our
Because he
style
has no
offense,
ties
man.
to Flacco.
He doesn't
guarantee
run
you-
our style.
He doesn't. He isn't that scheme.
I
But then
guarantee
again,
you,
what is?
Smith come back, he gonna sign Tannehill.
I tell you what's not our style of offense. What the Bears defense was scouting all game. They sat back there and said, okay, Falcons are not a passing team, and they're getting ready to pass the fuck out this ball. Oh, this is gonna be easy.
Yeah.
You got away from wait a minute. Whatever the identity was, they got away from it. Forced Heineke to turn into fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Whatever they think their identity is, which I don't even know if they believe or know what.
You got some games you're running on first down, and then some games you're passing on first down.
You had some games where you, excuse me, you ran the ball. Fucking Tito's. You ran the ball on first and second down and passed on third. You had some games where
they run in that generic Madden playbook. Like,
the Arizona game, you ran the ball on 3rd and 10. Bijan bailed you out of the 3rd and 10 in Arizona. The 3rd and 11 against Carolina, you did a fucking check down to Bijan.
Come on.
It's like some plays, and I talked to Eric the other day. It's like some plays they see. Of course, timing is involved too as well when it comes to being a quarterback. The route running and all that stuff too as well. So it's like you see like your first target's route is completed. You have no second check. You have no second target. Matt Ryan was real good for that. He knew where Julio was on the field, but he also knew where his second and third receiver was on the field too as well. And that's why we need to, appreciate Matt more when he was here, because you need those type of quarterbacks with that type of vision and awareness. I've seen it a lot this year when he's reading his targets. After that first look is gone, it's like tuck the ball and run, or you better hope there's somebody open for a check down.
Yeah.
Sometimes football's not played like that. I've seen other quarterbacks beat around the system like how Matt used to do it. 1, 2, oh, got him. Boom. Matt, 1, 2, boom, got him. Ritter would show you those flashes, and then it'll just be gone in a matter of seconds.
He still stared down his receivers as soon as he entered the game.
I would say,
He stared right down that whole interception.
He doesn't progress his reads. He stares receivers. And literally.
Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button.
He got a lot to learn. And that's the thing. That's the product of not having a good quarterback coach, not having a good OC, not having a good damn play caller. You staring down receivers. They will tell you that's not there, to your check down or number 2, whatever. They will tell you that. So, clean house. Black Monday will be a rejoiceful day for us.
Let me tell y'all something, Falcon fans. Shout out to Lisa Shepard, William Amy, LaMarcus Boyd, Sonia Norwood, everybody here in the chat. Uncle Steve, if I missed anybody, I apologize. I can go over all the names. I apologize too as well. But big shout out to everybody here that's chatting with us and talking Falcons football with us. Of course, this is the last podcast of the regular season. Before we find out what happens with the Falcons, we want the Panthers to go in there and fucking handle business against the Bucs. We know that.
Yeah.
But we have to go out there and handle business against the Saints. And if that happens, we're gonna come back with this postseason podcast, and it's gonna feel good. I mean, we're gonna get a chance to play in the playoffs. But
we the host the Eagles game.
shit.
The Eagles are vulnerable. They're trash right now. You seen them play?
Yeah, the Cardinals just whooped them 30-something.
Yeah, come on now. But that's the thing. We can't put we got 2 left feet over here in Atlanta, so we probably should be dead. I don't want it. But damn it. That's all it's tough.
Yes.
Prove me wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Damn it, prove me wrong.
Falcons, please prove all of us wrong on Sunday. Get the job done. Panthers, you do too as well. Show up, do something, eat some breakfast, Panthers players. Jesus Christ. I don't know what you guys are doing out there on Sunday.
TDP. Ain't nothing to say. We shit in the bed, though.
One time for all the Atlanta. Oh, sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, hopefully we won't shit the bed Sunday.
It's going to be a long drive there and a long drive back. Falcon fans, hit that like.
Long drive for Arthur Smith, too.
Shit. Hit that like shit, God. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We know what's at stake here for the Falcons this Sunday. Should we have been in this position? No, but we are in this position. It is what it is. We got to move forward. We're here at One Time for the Fan, even for Chase, for Dirty Fanatics United, Kiki, Bodie. We all know what we have to do here as podcasters. We win, we're going to talk about it. We lose, we're going to talk about it. And it's been great talking with you all once again for another season here at One Time for the Fan. Last year, it was tough dealing with the Mariota and no cap, and it was just a lot going on, man.
Yeah.
Last year with less talent.
This year, the Ritter situation, Heineke, Coach Smith, the play calling, wishy-washy wins against teams
with more talent.
Yes. It's been difficult. But of course, here at One Time for the Fan, we always keep it real. We always keep it 100 with you all. And we'll be back next week, Wednesday, to talk Falcons football with everybody. Do you want to be a part of the One Time for the Fan end of the season giveaway? We got some cool Falcons merch and some cool Falcons stuff to give back to the fans here that listen to the podcast. All you got to do is hashtag One Time in the chat. I'll add your name to the list. We have over 25 people that's already entered into the contest. We have 5 prizes that we're going to be giving away. Some really cool stuff here, Falcon fans. So if you want to be a part of the end of the season giveaway, just go ahead and hashtag One Time in the chat. I'll add your name to the list. Last year we had a shit ton of people, so I'm sure before we do the end of the season giveaway, it's going to be a lot more names added to the list too as well. And I think I forgot a few, so I'm going to go back and go check. Pamela Johnson has just been added to the list too as well. Diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. And of course, Bijan Robinson supporter. Number 1 supporter.
Yep.
Pam's calling for Russell Wilson in Atlanta, so I mean that's early. Miss Pam did that on my show. So she said Russell to Atlanta, so expect that.
Right.
Hold on a second.
She's like a crystal ball. Like, what's the lottery number, Miss Pam? Like, if that happens, we need to talk.
Pam Johnson just entered into the One Time for the Fan end of the season giveaway. Willie P. Lovelace just entered into the One Time for the Fan end of the season giveaway. 2 more names added to the list. But Pam Johnson, who called Bijan Robinson's name since February of last year, it was spot on, right on the money come draft night. She's saying Russell Wilson to Atlanta.
Yep.
So wait a minute. Pamela Johnson could be 2 for 2 in a matter of months. It's possible. Pamela Johnson?
I'll speak on that real briefly. I know we about to go, but I just say that the only way I can see him coming here is if maybe Coach Smith is trying to fight for his job. He ended up having to keep his job, and then he's trying to get a veteran in here. And that's his last hoorah, his desperation move right there. Or we hire a coach with ties to Russell Wilson. That'll be the only way I think he'll come here. If we get a rookie coach, I think we're drafting a quarterback, and he's going to be there, the starter. So.
You know what, Bodie, since we're going to go, day by day on this type of matter before we just fast forward to April, because a lot of this is fast forwarding to April and May, it really goes what happens this week with the Saints.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's
Win, lose, Smith is gone the following day. If he's here, if they make Chase, you know this, Bodie, you know this. There will be an announcement. Let's just say we don't make the playoffs. There will be an announcement within 14 days.
Yeah.
If this is going to be your head coach going forward or not. We already know that.
Yeah.
They're not going to wait until June 5th and then fire him. No. They're not going to wait until July 30th and then fire him. No. You're going to hear something directly.
You're gonna get a run early. You got to start looking at coaches.
Yeah.
So now it goes to the situation where, to piggyback off what Bodie said, Coach Smith remains the head coach. They make the announcement Tuesday morning. Guess what? Now it's time to go ahead and find out what Coach Smith wants next season in the building. Does he want a rookie or does he want a veteran?
That matters.
And that piggyback off what Bodie's saying.
You're correct, sir. You're correct.
We got to wait, y'all. Couple days away to see what goes on. Vincent Coakley said needs to be the next day. Shit.
Right.
He wants Smith up out of here. He's done. Coakley spent a lot of money traveling. He's done.
I don't blame you, sir.
I was in Arizona with you, Coakley. I was there. Even the Cardinal fan turned around and said, How did we fucking win? I don't know. I said, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Just lost to the Cardinals.
Yeah, man.
It's going down in a major way. Don't forget, #1 time to be a part of the end of the season giveaway. We want to say thank you to everybody who's been a part of supporting One Time for the Fan. Of course, I know Dirty Fanatics United, Chase, you had a lot of stuff going on over there too as well. So you can see as content creators, it takes a lot to, turn on the microphone and the stream and come on over here for an hour and a half, 2 hours and talk Falcons football. Like some people say, wait, y'all talking Falcons football for a whole hour? Yeah, man, because we are diehard fans of the Atlanta Falcons. We travel to these games, home and away. Chase, I know you're a couple hours away, so you travel up here. Bodie, away games too as well. We do this. We're diehard fans. Guess what? Training camp's coming up, Chase. You know we got to get ready for that.
Yes, sir.
OTA is going to come up. You know we got to get ready for that. Mercedes-Benz open practice. You know we got to get ready for that. So it's been a great time here at One Time for the Fan. That's why we love to do these giveaways, and we had one last year. It was a success. Big shout out to everybody who participated. And, of course, this year we're doing our end of the season giveaway. So LaMarcus Boyd has now entered himself into the giveaway. But for here, Falcon fans, come on back next week. We all going to talk Falcons football. Chase, before we go ahead and get up out of here tonight, man, what you got, brother?
Yes, sir. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. Shout out to the new subscribers. Anybody that left a like or a comment. Real quick, shout out to Chris Lindstrom and shout out to Jesse Bates for making the Pro Bowl selection or being a Pro Bowl selection this year. Shout out to Drake London, man. Snub 2 years in a row. Should have been there, but he would definitely be there for sure next year. I believe we'll get him a decent quarterback. Shout out to you, Bodie. Shout out to Jack. Shout out to everybody that's supporting me over on my channel. Also have a giveaway going away over there. So when you get down here, man, head over to Dirty Fanatics United. Check us out. That's about it, man. Shout out to everybody. Hope everybody has a happy new year. Hope your year is blessed with whatever it is you're searching for or praying for. This is your boy Chase, man. Shout out.
One Time for the Fan, Dirty Fanatics United. Good to have you here, sir. Bodie 3000.
Yeah, shout out to our new coach. I'm speaking.
Shit. Heard it here first.
God damn it. Shout out to our new quarterback. Oh, shit. Damn.
Shit.
Hey, I'm in the future.
That's tough.
It ain't tough. The season's been tough. But yeah, shout out to everybody watching the show and listening. Man, I appreciate y'all support, man. Appreciate y'all for listening to us. Sit up here, just have fun, just talk about our team, man. That's what it's all about. We all want to win. We all want to have something to talk about. We want to sit here and dissect how we're gonna beat these top teams. Right now, I don't feel too confident. Let's be real. I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Shout out Jermaine.
But I feel very, very confident that we can beat the sorry ass Saints on Sunday. So let's start there. Maybe everything can go in our favor and we can make a playoff run, which would be insane after this season. So let's do it.
Let's do it. Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Google us. One Time for the Fans, doing the best we can to bring all the Falcons content to you all. One Time for the Fan, end of the season giveaway. hashtag one time. All you gotta do is drop hashtag one time in the chat. We'll enter your name into the giveaway. We're gonna do 5 winners this year. So Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. We're adding a bunch of new names here right here to the list for the one time for the fan end of the season giveaway. Falcon fans, Falcon Saints Sunday. Let's go out there and handle business, and then we'll talk about it from there. I'm sure the Panther and the Bucs podcast folks, they're going crazy over there on their end. On our side, we got to handle business. That's what we came here to do. That's what we're going to do. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Big shout out to all the Falcon friends, family, Bodie 3000, Kiki, and Chase. We out of here.
I love.
Yeah. Rise up, y'all.
Saints.
Hey, fuck them.
That ain't.
Hey, fuck them. Oh, look.